Wow, something new. With us now is Rebecca Grant, national security and military analyst and senior fellow at the Lexington Institute. So the president said yesterday aboard Air Force One that Iran is crossing the red line that he laid down. Unlike Barack Obama, it's expected that if that red line is fully crossed, he will take some sort of action. What kind of action? That's the question. Here's what the Wall Street Journal said about tomorrow's meeting with his national security top officials. The president's planned meeting with senior administration officials will be a discussion about the next steps, which could include boosting anti-government sources online, deploying secretive cyber weapons against Iranian military and civilian sites, placing more sanctions on the regime, and military strikes, the officials said. So he's not ruling out military strikes, but it sounds like that's way down the list.
Oh, but we always have plenty of targeting folders for Iran, and there's a lot that they don't want to lose. They still have a big ballistic missile complex. A lot of it is underground. They're still importing the precursors to make solid rocket motor fuel, and they have a space launch complex, even a new spaceport being built down in the south. All these are legitimate military targets, and I bet Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dan Kane, already has them briefed, locked and loaded, as Trump said January 2nd.
So would military strikes just punish the regime to back off, or would a military strike be oriented toward decapitating the regime?
If it's against military targets, that's about punishment. And really, it's about trying to get Iran to come and negotiate, including on the status of its nuclear activities, which they haven't agreed to do. So I think this is Trump letting them know that he's got the targeting folders, he's got the B-2s, he's got the ships in place. Better give me a call and let's talk about it.
I'm just wondering, a lot of people, particularly Iranians here in the United States, they're saying this is a tipping point. And if the U.S. were to push just hard enough in the right spot, the whole thing could come tumbling down, and then Iran could return to where it was pre-1979.
Wouldn't that be nice? But remember, the IRGC, the Revolutionary Guard, they're a business operation, too. And so part of it would be pushing hard against not only their terror apparatus, but all the work that they're doing, building the missiles, space launch, all this kind of stuff that they're into. There's a lot that would have to be pushed. I sure hope it happens.
All right, so Iran is warning the U.S. of retaliation if it were to get involved militarily, saying this. Iran warned President Donald Trump on Sunday that any U.S. attack would lead to Tehran striking back against Israel and regional U.S. military bases as legitimate targets. Parliament Speaker Mohammed Bakr Kalibaf told the parliament. Well, we saw how feeble that was during Midnight Hammers. So was there really much to worry about? That threat wouldn't really seem to hold a whole lot of water.
There is not much Iran can do. They expended so many missiles back in 2024 and 2025, so many intercepted. But, of course, our forces in U.S. Central Command will be on alert, will be ready to knock down anything they send over. But their military options are basically zero at this point.
All right, well, the next shoe to drop may be Cuba. After Venezuela, lengthy Truth Social post, President Trump wrote this. Cuba lived for many years on large amounts of oil and money from Venezuela. In return, Cuba provided security services for the last two Venezuelan dictators, but not anymore. Most of those Cubans are dead from last week's USA attack, and Venezuela doesn't need protection anymore from the thugs and extortionists who held them hostage for so many years. Venezuela now has the United States of America, the most powerful military in the world by far, to protect them, and protect them we will. There will be no more oil or money going to Cuba, zero. I strongly suggest they make a deal before it's too late. Could this be the beginning of the end for the Cuban regime?
Oh, I hope so. Here's this wonderful island, 90 miles from the biggest, most powerful country in the world, and they've ruined that place. What I'd like to see, of course, is a change. But what Trump is saying is he thinks they're so weak they'll crumble from within. A little bit of a split with Secretary Rubio, who said after the Maduro apprehension that he didn't think Cuba's leaders were going to be sleeping easy at night.
Well, I mean, this regime has proven since 1959 to be nothing if not resilient.
Yes, it is, but I think hopefully they're at a point, and certainly we haven't seen this much strong action before. He's basically saying no more oil. They only imported about 35,000 barrels a day, but that's going to shut down what's left of their manufacturing. The grid is bad. They had 5 electrical power blackouts last year across Cuba. I mean, this place is just ready to go, and I think certainly Secretary Rubio would like to see that happen and a change take place.
Yeah, there's a lot of Cubans in Miami who would like to have a chance to go back home for a while. I know that. And build a whole bunch of stuff, too. Rebecca, good to see you.